Today we're taking a look at a box of items just received from an auction in Maryland, and I was successful in winning 3 lots. I know that there's some things that are from World War II from gentlemen who served in the Marines, but I'm not exactly sure because there were just a couple of pictures online of the items and they were all just piled up in a box. So this is the first time I'm going to be taking a look at them, and we'll see if it was a good buy or not. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. Bunch of packing paper. That's always good. Now, this was one of the things that I knew were World War II and Marines, and it's got the unit markings on it, and that's what really was of interest to me. And the half circle signifies that this was the 4th Division Marines, and the 5 signifies that this was the 25th Infantry. So a 512 with a half circle is Company A, 25th Infantry, 4th Marine Division. And I know they fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima, among other things. So it's really neat to find an item that has the unit marking on that. Well, unfortunately, the Canteen is not original to it. It's just a kind of a civilian market made in Japan Canteen. But the cover is certainly neat, and it's got the gentleman's name on the back there, Davis. Just barely make out he had put the unit markings on the back also. Wish it was a little bit less common of a name. It'd be easier to find who exactly it was. And one of the other lots I'd won was, it's not the World War II, but there were a couple of pairs of glasses, and sometimes you'll find sunglasses that are military related, that are gold fill. And I'd seen just barely in one of the photos I could make out American Optical, and it looked like the case that usually is for the HGU 4P sunglasses. I know sometimes the Vietnam era ones are gold fill, so thought I'd take a chance on these. And we see it's got the DSA contract number from 1972. So this is, if these are the correct glasses in this case, they are Vietnam era. And sometimes they're really hard to find on the sides here, but it does say American Optical 12 karat gold fill 512. So that ended up working out really well, because the gold fill sunglasses that are Vietnam era ones have gotten really expensive. A lot of people collect them because they wore similar sunglasses like that on like Mad Men. So that ended up being a good buy. The other 2 pairs of glasses here, I didn't think they would be anything, and they don't really look like anything too great. So all I really cared about was that one pair. I don't know anything about the other 2, but as long as that one pair is good, that's all that matters. Some of this other stuff was just kind of thrown in with one of these lots. See, there's actually some live ammunition from 1943. I think the black means these are armor piercing. So they shipped a box with a bunch of live ammunition in it from World War II. There's some empty shell casings again from 1943. And this is some random stuff. Don't know what these things are. They were just kind of thrown in some empty boxes from some gun parts, scope mounts. This is a Edison universal motor. Don't have any idea if that has any value, but again, it was just kind of on the lot. You had to take the whole lot of stuff. them belts. Don't really care about those. Some more ammunition, some live rounds, some fired rounds. Here's some straps for like the shelter halves for Marines. Got the frog skin pattern camo. And you see these are the supports for the shelter halves. And there's a bunch of random stakes in here. Some of these are, most of these are not like the official ones that they would have been using, but some of them are, like this. That's what would have come with a shelter half originally. Just a random piece of wood. But so I knew there were 3 lots, like I said, that I won. And one was the pair of sunglasses. One was the canteen. And the 3rd lot, I could see in the box that what looked like a shelter half. And what I'm hoping is that maybe there's both halves of the shelter. Or hopefully the shelter half will have the same markings on it as the canteen. That would be really neat. Well, this isn't a shelter half. I hope I wasn't wrong. This is actually a poncho. Again, it's got his name on it, Davis. The good thing about it, the good and the bad. The good, most of the time when you find the Marine Corps ponchos from World War II, the waterproofing in them has really stiffened up, and so they're kind of like a board. This one's real pliable. So that's the real positive to it. The negative is they found like a warehouse full of these in Greece. And so if you look on eBay, there's constantly people in Greece selling these things, so it's really devalued them. So I said positive and negative. Oh boy. It's a reversible helmet cover. And this looks like it's seen quite a bit of use. I mean, you can imagine the story behind some of these items. Somebody fighting on Iwo Jima wearing this helmet cover, that's really neat. I didn't have any idea this would be in there. You know, all I could see was I thought was a shelter half, and it does look like there was a shelter half in there. It actually looks like there may be both halves because this is pretty big. Let's see if I can unfold it. Yeah, it does look like 2 halves. Oh yeah, you've got the same markings on there to match up with the canteen cover. At least this half over here is in really good shape. This one's really kind of faded. But these shelter halves have really gotten expensive in recent years. He's got it marked the same way on the back side too. Looking to see if he might have wrote his name on there somewhere. If I could find out his first name. All I've found is just Davis. There was a belt that I didn't win in the auction, and it said Davis on it too, and it said H. Davis. So it could have been like a Henry Davis or Harry Davis, but I'll have to look into that. So this was one time that it paid off buying a lot, not really knowing for sure what could be in there. Like I said, I was buying this lot just expecting, hopefully, that it was a shelter half, and I was thinking, it seems like there's at least, one half of a shelter. I was hoping there'd be both halves, and there were. And then to find that helmet cover in there and the poncho, combine them with the canteen, and that's a pretty neat grouping of items. Certainly not something you're going to find very often. And I said for it to be a unit that was on Iwo Jima, that's pretty good. So that's everything that's in the box. I hope you've enjoyed this this video, seeing these items, and if you have, I hope you'll like this video, and I encourage you to subscribe. I'm always picking up items at estate sales and auctions, and going to be doing some little videos on the items, showing off what they are and try and cover a little bit of the history of each item. And thanks for watching.